Hello my friends, it's Truman here with our review of the 14-foot Clipper Packer. I've had the Clipper Packer for almost 10 years now. It's been an amazing canoe for me. It's quick and light and easy to pack. 500-pound capacity. You're gonna run out of room before you ever overload this canoe. We're just gonna take it out today on the swampy Sumas River. I was gonna bring my motor and then I forgot the mount. So we're just gonna do a review of the 14-foot Packer today and put in a little work with the paddle, I guess. We do have a nice one though. All right, let's see this. Packer's a really nice boat to paddle. It's really light on the water. It's nice if you want to use a canoe paddle or a double-bladed kayak paddle. I can stand and paddle it with a paddleboard, or you can throw a little electric motor on the back. You can paddle it in tandem, but it's pretty tight. Like, you're going to want to be small people, and you're just going to want to be having fun on the water. If you're enjoying it together with someone, like you might just paddle across the river with your buddy, or see the type of paddling you can get away with. But really, it is a solo boat, and it can be a squirrely thing for bigger people. I'm a very small guy, and fits me just fine. Really easy to get up on my truck, and really capable if I want to go camping, or really maneuverable if I want to take it on the river. Do some pretty fun Class 2 stuff in the Packer and feel safe and manageable. Responds really well to a couple of good paddle strokes, I find. Probably listen to that freeway noise. Oh, we got a boat coming up. What they're gonna do. Very rare that I see oh, it's a Waterskier. That's very interesting. Anyways, kind of favoring my right side here, but if we were paddling our most efficient, maybe you're gonna get 4 or 5 strokes on one side with the Packer before you gotta switch. I still gotta do a little bit of J. I don't know if we're going to go up a lot farther. Probably turn around and do a couple of drone shots. 38 pounds, it's 24 inches wide up at the top here. It widens out to about 27.5 at the tumble home at the water line. I'm missing my foot brace today, but the ribs, the foam ribs for stiffening, they make an awesome foot brace, which gives you the leverage of your lower body. Certainly, if you wanted to, if you chose to, you can kneel in the canoe. It doesn't lean off on its side the same way like a prospector might because of the tumble home, but that's what makes it really easy to paddle from, or to stay comfortable in, or to stay dry in. The Packer's really shallow, so it's not affected by the wind in the same way. It's really easy to paddle it in some brisker conditions, because you're not going to be blown around all over hell. It cuts through the water. We've got a pretty modest rocker on the thing. Like, I know there's no real defined formula for measuring rocker, but it's an inch. It's very modest. Good for the river, good for the lake, fine for sheltered ocean paddling, but you're not going to take this thing to the open ocean or in the surf, really. I tell you, it's a lot nicer paddling with the current. compared to a kayak, there's a lot of advantage to something like the packer or a pack canoe. And like, not the least of it is the weight. Something like the packer, it's only 38 pounds, or at least mine weighs in at 38 and a half or so in fiberglass. Try finding a kayak at that weight at this kind of price. We're talking about 2,000 Canadian or so, that can hold this kind of gear, or that has this kind of versatility or comfort even. Like, I can stand up tall, I can stretch, I could paddle it like a stand-up paddleboard if I wanted to. Almost gonna lose the camera here. There you go, that's a little better. It's a very, very leisurely boat. I could even, let's see, kneel in the back here. Oh, I don't want to lose my camera. I can even kneel in the back here and go for a much more traditional performance. This is actually a lot like my Prospector, to paddle it from back here. Feels very maneuverable. Oh, it's sludgy. Very responsive. Turn off this here. This is actually very, very nice. I like doing this. And it's a fun way to paddle around a kid or your wife, or somebody a little less paddle able than you. I'm using the gray Owl Monarch paddle. It's a very lightweight wood paddle with a very fine entry line. A nice, I think it's a 14-degree scoop. Very quiet, if I can earn it. Very efficient. Just enters the water without a sound. All right, climbing back up. So I realize there's a lot of freeway noise in the background here, but and a whole lot of slime in the river. But what a beautiful place. I mean, just check out that rock face over there, and all these trees, and nobody's on the river. It's just me. I guess we saw those Waterskiers earlier down the lane, but I never see anybody when I'm out here. This is my river, and you're welcome to it. I hope you get out and paddle something like the Clipper Packer, because it's a great canoe. It's an incredible canoe. I've had mine for a really long time, 10 years, I think I said earlier, and I've had countless adventures in it. I don't get to paddle it a tenth as much as I'd like to, but I sure like to. And I think you would too, if you gave it a chance. There's lots of other solo canoes, but the Packer is just so cool because it's so easy. It's so light. It's so responsive. It's the easiest canoe to grab and go, and paddles like a kayak if you want to use it that way. Can keep up pretty capably to a kayak if you grab a double-bladed paddle and go out with your buddy, and you can take his gear, or you could stand up and stretch, or you could climb out of the thing if you had to. But I just think there's so much advantage to the canoe and to the Packer, and I trust this boat, and I love this boat, and I paddle it hard, and I beach it, and I use it, and abuse it, and canoe in it, and enjoy it, and I never, ever, ever worry about it. It's been lost down the river more than I'm excited to admit to anybody, and my buddies crashed it, and banged it, and dropped it, and it's literally been driven into by another truck. I had it hanging out of the back of my pickup truck, and someone drove into it in the Tim Hortons parking lot, and his truck was boned, and I went paddling the next day. So that just speaks volumes for the longevity of these things. Mine's a 1992, so it's 32 years old now, and you would never know that going past you on the highway or on the river or from the video here. What an awesome canoe, and it's going to take care of me for another 30 years, easy. I have no plans to ever sell this thing unless I upgrade it to a Kevlar model. But even then, like at 38 pounds, how could you even worry about going lighter? I'm digging into some slime here. That's pretty gross. So we're gonna start paddling again, and I look forward to seeing you guys on shore. Well, that's it, my friends. That's kind of our makeshift review for the 14-foot Clipper Packer. Looking pretty good back there. It's a really nice paddle, and I hope that maybe I was able to shed some light on the canoe, or why it might take a good care of you, because it sure takes a good care of me. And I look forward to doing a couple more of these reviews. We'll be doing a 16 Prospector, the 17.5 Clipper Tripper. We've got 20-foot Mackenzie, and then I might do the whole Clipper line just to show off and show off what you might like best or worst about these canoes. The Packer, it's pretty much a do-everything boat for a small or medium-sized paddlers. I know a fella who's paddling around with 2 big dogs. He's 200 pounds himself. Thinks it makes the most sense for him, and it does for me. And it might for you, but there's a lot of solo canoes out there, and finding the right one is half the battle, and paddling it is the other half. So see you next time, and happy paddling.